Hello everyone, I am Dr. Raminder Gill and welcome to my channel Physics by Dr. Gill. In our previous videos, we have taken simple systems like coin and dice to understand how can we write laws of physics for simple systems and how can we arrange the systems in many different ways to collect all the information about future and past. So, classical mechanics is all about predicting the future and to know the past if we have all the information about any system. There are similarities of these systems like coin and dice with more complex systems and more interesting ones, such as particles moving around us. So, we want to move to a more realistic world and in fact the world of moving particles. And for our purposes, we can thought the particle as a point particle. And if we want to make a complicated system, we will make systems of point particles, but we will consider point particles are moving around in space. And for that, we will just understand what vectors are and what coordinate frames are. As we know that a coordinate system is just a way of describing the space in three-dimensional axis. So let's study about vectors first to understand the physics of point particles in space. Let's start. About the location of particles, we introduce a coordinate system, Cartesian coordinates. So we can define the particle here. It is x, y and z axis. We are taking origin here. This is the origin. How we identify an origin is up to us. Where can I put? We can put here the origin or here the origin or here the origin. It's our choice. We can put it anywhere. And then we have axes which are mutually perpendicular to each other, x, y and z. And we can also say it x1, x2, x3. We can use both kind of notation for the same. Now we marked off equal distances here in each axis x, y, z. And assuming a set of units. The units could be, these units could be meters, it could be inches, it could be feet, and it could be light years. And then every point in space, these points in the space can be labeled by the values of x, y and z. Here it is x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. Here it is y1, y2, y3, y4, y5. And similarly here z1, z2, z3, z4. So if you want to know how you reach, suppose here one point is A, and if you want to know how you will reach at this point, you have to go some steps along x, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, some sets along y, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and some steps along z, and you may reach here at this point. Up to reaching here, you have to go there, you have to go here, you have to go here. That's a way we describe the point or describe a particle in a three-dimensional axis, or we can say, what is this? It is the coordinate axis. Now, what is a vector? Vector is a quantity which has both length and direction. For example, a very simple vector is the position of, suppose it is a vector, so it shows the position of this point relative to the origin. Here this is the vector, it shows the position of this point relative to the origin. The position of this point has a magnitude as well as the direction. It means vector has a magnitude, which is its length, and has a direction. It does not have to necessarily be the relative position. ये जरूरी नहीं है कि पोजीशन ही हो. वेक्टर कैन बी वेलोसिटी, वेक्टर कैन बी एक्सेलरेशन, वेक्टर कैन बी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, एंड वेक्टर इज ऑलवेज पॉजिटिव और जीरो. If this is the value, it is a positive, but if the value is here, it means no value is here, then the vector value is 0. So suppose if v is the length and then it is defined as v of mod, length can be defined as v of mod vx square plus vy square plus vz square, where vx, vy and vz are the components. So in this way we can define the magnitude of any vector. So this mod shows it is a magnitude. Now we will talk something about the algebra of vectors. I think you have already know it, but we will again discuss the same. So you can add the vectors, subtract or multiply it with real numbers. Let's take A is a vector, and if we multiply by a number C, and C is some ordinary number, then answer will be any vector, it is B vector. So C is positive, so it means it is in this direction. Its length is multiply. B vector क्या है कि C is some constant and its length is it is multiplied by A vector, then this is the B vector. So if we want to twice the vector of multiply, so twice of vector means in the same direction but twice as long as so forth. Suppose this, ये हमारे पास एक वेक्टर है और हमें चाहिए ट्वाइस, तो ट्वाइस का क्या मतलब होगा, सेम वेक्टर इन द सेम डायरेक्शन बट द ट्वाइस ऑफ द लेंथ ऑफ द दिस वेक्टर. वी कैन ऑल्सो डिफाइन द नेगेटिव ऑफ वेक्टर. हाउ? लेट्स टेक सी बी नेगेटिव. अगर मैं सी को क्या ले लूँ, नेगेटिव ले लूँ, माइनस, देन दिस इज द रियल नंबर. अगर मैंने इसको ये नंबर है, इसको मैं नेगेटिव ले लेती हूँ, देन द आंसर विल बी माइनस ऑफ ए वेक्टर. अगर c is equal to -1, then b vector is equal to minus of a vector. So of course the negative vector is exactly the same vector but with the direction in the opposite direction. Suppose यहाँ पे भी c1 था, तो ये a vector हो गया, b vector is equal to, अगर suppose this is in this direction, then this will be in this direction. तो negative vector same है but opposite direction में है. That's the definition of multiplying a vector by some ordinary number. Now you can also add the vectors. How can you add the vectors? It's also very simple. Suppose, and there are three ways of adding vectors. How? Suppose in the first way we say let's a vector plus b vector. Then what is the meaning of a vector plus b vector? It means I am drawing a vector in this direction and then b vector in this direction. It means we put the tail of b vector on the, यहाँ पे मैंने इसकी tail लगाई, then क्या होगा, we draw a triangle. This triangle has its third leg C, which is the sum of A vector plus B vector. तो हम इस तरह से टू वेक्टर्स को ऐड कर सकते हैं by drawing it in this way. Now the another way of adding the vector is, suppose this is A vector and this is B vector. तो now we are adding it in this way. हम इस तरह से इसे ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं, A वेक्टर की यहाँ और B वेक्टर यहाँ. So you put, हमने क्या किया, we put the tails of A vector and B vector down together. यहाँ पे हमें A vector की tail, this is the tail of A vector and this is the tail of B vector. Now we draw a parallelogram. How? Like this and like this. Now we draw the diagonal of this, and that's called C vector. And in this form, it is clear that it doesn't matter whether you put A down plus B, it will be always the same, B plus A. तो यहाँ पे जो diagonal है वो हमें क्या बता रहा है, A plus B vector. तो it is the another way of adding the vectors. We can also multiply A vector by small a. It's very simple. अगर मैं A vector को A से multiply कर दूं और B vector को B से, जो यहाँ पे ये क्या है, ordinary numbers हैं, then also we can add it. तो इसे हम इस तरह से भी multiply करके भी हम add कर सकते हैं. Now the third way to add vectors is to use the components. So if we have two vectors with components A x, a y and a z, मतलब एक जो वेक्टर है, जो a वेक्टर है, उसके कंपोनेंट्स क्या हैं, ax, ay, az, और b वेक्टर है, उसके कंपोनेंट्स क्या हैं, bx, by and bz. So cx वेक्टर क्या होगा, cx will be equal to ax plus bx. cy क्या होगा, a y plus by and cz is equal to az plus bz. तो दिस इज द वे कि जब आपके पास कंपोनेंट्स हैं तो आप उसको कैसे ऐड कर सकते हैं. और वी कुड समराइज दिस बाय सेइंग दैट ci is equal to ai plus bi. That's an equivalent or useful way to add vectors, since often we specify the vectors by their components. So we can add vectors and we can subtract and we also multiply it. So there are two different way of multiplying. अब हम multiply कैसे कर सकते हैं, addition के हमने 3 ways देख लिए. We can also multiply the vectors and there are 2 different ways. One definition of multiplication of vector is called the dot products. Suppose we have two vectors, a vector and b vector. हमारे पास क्या है, a vector है and क्या है, b vector है. और हम इसको कैसे ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं? It can be drawn in this way. You can take a vector like this and you can take b vector like this. When you think of component of a vector, this is the a vector and this is the b vector. तो अब हम क्या करें कि component of a vector along the axis of b. It means, what it's meaning? It's mean that you drop a perpendicular from here to here. This is the perpendicular to the axis. कौन से एक्सिस के ऊपर, b पे. Not to the x axis, not to the y axis, but to the axis of b. So drop a perpendicular. Now you take the length of this value and it is ab. Suppose मैं suppose करती हूँ, जो मैंने ये perpendicular ड्रॉ किया, इसकी लेंथ कितनी है, ab है, और इसको हम a sub b भी कहते हैं. तो it means the component of a vector along the b axis and you multiply it by the component of b along the b axis. विच इज द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ बी। इट मीन्स आप इसे कैसे लिख सकते हैं, सपोज ए इज द लेंथ ऑफ, ए जो है वो लेंथ ऑफ किसकी है, ए वेक्टर की है, एंड बी इज द लेंथ ऑफ बी वेक्टर। सो व्हाट्स द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ ए सब बी? इट इज इक्वल टू द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ a times, and suppose the angle between a and b is the theta। तो इसका ये यहाँ पे क्या है, परपेंडिकुलर है, a and b के बीच में क्या एंगल क्या है, थीटा है। लेट्स कॉल इस थीटा और थीटा ए बी। सो इट मीन्स a सब b इज इक्वल टू मॉडुलस ऑफ a cos थीटा या cos थीटा ए बी। That's the component of a along b axis। we now multiply it a vector by, अब हमें चाहिए a और b का डॉट प्रोडक्ट। तो a डॉट b में मतलब क्या हो जाएगा, a वेक्टर b वेक्टर एंड cos थीटा या cos थीटा ए बी। कैसे, बिकॉज ए बी ये क्या है, इस डायरेक्शन में है, ठीक है। हमने इसको क्या किया, यहाँ पे परपेंडिकुलर से हमने ये दिस वैल्यूज ए बी एंड ए बी इंटू बी, तो ये हो गया ए वेक्टर डॉट बी वेक्टर इज इक्वल टू ए कॉस थीटा, और बी जो इसकी क्या है, लेंथ है किसकी, बी वेक्टर की। तो इट मीन्स ए वेक्टर डॉट बी वेक्टर इज इक्वल टू ए बी कॉस थीटा। और कॉस ए डॉट बी कैन बी नेगेटिव, ये नेगेटिव, वैसे तो ये नेगेटिव नहीं हो सकता क्योंकि ए और बी क्या है, हमेशा पॉजिटिव, मैग्नीट्यूड पॉजिटिव है। बट अगर ये थीटा जो है, अगर हम इसे ऐसे ड्रॉ करें एंड थीटा जो है वो ग्रेटर देन 90 डिग्री हो जाएगा, ये एंगल थीटा ग्रेटर देन 90 डिग्री हो जाए, देन ए डॉट बी कैन बी नेगेटिव ऑल्सो। नाउ द अनदर केस, व्हाट्स द डॉट प्रोडक्ट इफ द थीटा इज इक्वल टू 90 डिग्री। तो इट मीन्स थीटा इज इक्वल टू 90 मतलब cos 90, एंड व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ cos 90, इट्स वैल्यू इज इक्वल टू 0। cos 90 इज इक्वल टू 0। अगर हमारे पास थीटा 90 है, cos 90 0 हो जाएगा, एंड दैट केस ए वेक्टर डॉट बी वेक्टर इज इक्वल टू 0। तो अगर ये क्या बताता है कि टेल्स अस दैट अगर किसी का डॉट प्रोडक्ट 0 है टू वेक्टर्स का, इट मीन्स दोज वेक्टर्स आर परपेंडिकुलर टू ईच अदर। नाउ वी कैन एक्सप्रेस द डॉट प्रोडक्ट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कंपोनेंट फॉर्म। कैसे, अगर मैंने ए डॉट बी निकालना है कंपोनेंट फॉर्म में, तो कैसे लिख सकते हैं, ए वेक्टर डॉट बी वेक्टर इज इक्वल टू ए एक्स बी एक्स, a vector dot b vector is equal to ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. This is the dot product in the form of component. Now let's talk about a particular vector which tells us the position of a particle, because in classical mechanics we are interested in the position of a particle. पोजीशन पता होगी तभी हम उसकी स्टडी कर सकते हैं, इसीलिए हम ये वेक्टर्स और कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम स्टडी कर रहे हैं। तो सपोज ये क्या है आपके पास, अगेन 3 डायमेंशन एक्सिस एंड सम वन पार्टिकल इज हियर। यहाँ पे एक पार्टिकल है और इसकी क्या है, यहाँ से द डिस्टेंस ऑफ दिस पार्टिकल इज आर एंड दिस इज द आर वेक्टर। तो पोजीशन ऑफ दिस पार्टिकल डिफाइंस अ वेक्टर दैट इज आर वेक्टर। सो इट ऑल्सो हैज कॉम्पोनेंट्स एंड इट कैन बी रिटन एज, इसकी कंपोनेंट्स को हम कैसे लिख सकते हैं, ये स्मॉल आर है, इसको हम कैपिटल आर भी ले सकते हैं। आर सब एक्स इज इक्वल टू एक्स पोजीशन, आर सब वाई, इसको सब वाई भी कह सकते हैं, आर वाई भी कह सकते हैं, वाई पोजीशन, एंड आर सब जेड इज इक्वल टू जेड पोजीशन। तो इन जनरल वी आर इंटरेस्टेड in motion of the particles in classical mechanics. The motion of the particle is what classical mechanics is about. How the motion goes from one instant to the next. तो instant आ गया, it means we need time. So we think about R as a function of time. अब हम R को क्या लेते हैं कि function of time है, क्योंकि classical mechanics में हम एक instant से दूसरे instant पे जब पार्टिकल जाता है तो उसकी हम स्टडी करते हैं। तो इट मूव्स अराउंड एंड वी थिंक इट मूव्स अराउंड कॉन्टिन्यूसली। हम सोच रहे हैं कि ये मूव्स क्या कर रहा है, कॉन्टिन्यूसली मूव कर रहा है एट द सेम टाइम। तो इसके कॉम्पोनेंट्स क्या हो जाएंगे, सेम, आर एक्स की जगह में यहाँ टी, देन इट इज़ अ फंक्शन ऑफ टी, आर वाई टी, then it is a function of t, and rzt now it is a function of t. So the motion of the particle is summarized in this case by three functions of time, x, y, z. What about the velocity of the particle? Position हमें पता चल गई, अब हम velocity को कैसे define कर सकते हैं? We know what is the velocity. Velocity is the distance upon time. So we can write it as also Vx if the velocity is in the x direction. So we can write Vx is equal to drx upon dt, or you can say dx upon dt, and Vy is equal to dy upon dt, and Vz is equal to dz upon dt. So velocity also has magnitude and direction, and its magnitude is called speed. So derivative of anything, let's call it any function of time. कोई हम function of time ले लेते हैं this, तो इसका अगर मैं derivative निकालूं with respect to time, तो derivative of any function with respect to time tells us that it is f dot. f डॉट का क्या मतलब है, यहां पे f dot means क्या है, definition of a dot on top of any function means its derivative with respect to time. You cannot use it for derivative with respect to space, you cannot use it derivative with respect to anything, but derivative means with respect to time. So it is the meaning of f dot. So we could also write it as this Vx, it is, हम ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं Vi is equal to dxi upon dt, or you can write it as xi dot, and or Vi is equal to yi dot, or Vi is equal to zi dot. So this is the velocity. Now we will discuss acceleration. Acceleration is rate of change of velocity. Velocity is rate of change of position या distance. सो एक्सेलेरेशन इज ऑल्सो अ वेक्टर. अगर ये इस डायरेक्शन में है तो हम कहेंगे इस डायरेक्शन में एक्सेलेरेशन है. इफ इट इज इन दिस डायरेक्शन देन वी विल सी एक्सेलेरेशन दिस डायरेक्शन. तो एक्सेलेरेशन कैन बी डिफाइंड एज ए आई इज इक्वल टू डी वी आई अपॉन डी टी, और वी कैन ऑल्सो राइट इट एज वी आई डॉट, और वी कैन ऑल्सो राइट इट एट एक्स आई डबल डॉट. So 2 dots means second derivative, and 1 dot means first derivative, and no dot means don't differentiate it. We can also write it is in vector form. How? V vector is equal to dr vector upon dt, or we can write it as r this. So velocity vector is equal to the time derivative of the position vector. Likewise, acceleration is equal to the double derivative of position vector, yes, second derivative. Let's work on examples of position, velocity and acceleration to understand it properly. कि कैसे ये velocity, acceleration and ये है. So इसके लिए हम लेते हैं the particle has the position. Suppose particle is moving in the one dimension axis, और इसकी यहाँ पे क्या है, position है. Let's think x ऑफ t इज इक्वल टू अ कांस्टेंट। सपोज ये यहाँ मूव, ये पार्टिकल है और इसकी जो पोजीशन है या ये पोजीशन है, this x of t, it is equal to a plus bt plus ct square। हमने सपोज कर लिया कि x t is equal to this है। now let's start at time t is equal to 0। अगर टाइम t इज इक्वल टू 0 है तो पार्टिकल क्या होगा, a पे होगा। कैसे, टाइम अगर t इज इक्वल टू 0 है तो ये भी 0, ये भी 0, तो x0 इज इक्वल टू क्या है, a पे। तो पार्टिकल क्या है, a पर है। लेट्स कैलकुलेट द वेलोसिटी एंड एक्सेलरेशन। हाउ, v क्या होगा, x डॉट। तो अगर मैं इसको डिफ्रेंशिएट कर दूं तो डिफ्रेंशिएशन ऑफ दिस, a का कांस्टेंट का डिफ्रेंशिएशन इज 0, bt इसका एक्सेलरेशन क्या डिफ्रेंशिएशन हो जाएगा b, बिकॉज t का डिफ्रेंशिएशन 1 एंड 2t स्क्वायर का 2t, तो इट मीन्स 2ct। दिस इज द वेलोसिटी और फर्स्ट टाइम डेरिवेटिव। नाउ एट t इज इक्वल टू 0, अगर t 0 है तो वेलोसिटी क्या हो जाएगी एट 0 पे b। दिस इज द वेलोसिटी when t is equal to 0. Now what's the acceleration? Acceleration we know that it is x double dot, मतलब हमें डबल डिफ्रेंशिएशन करना पड़ेगा। तो अगर मैं इसका डिफ्रेंशिएशन करूँ, a का 0, b का इसका भी 0 एंड इसका 2c, तो आंसर इज 2c। Now no t is here, it means acceleration is constant, or we can say it is uniformly accelerated particle and its acceleration is 2c. So it's like a kind of particle if you have an object falling in a gravitational field with a constant acceleration g. तो ये उस तरह का मोशन हो जाएगा। Now discuss about the circular motion, कि सर्कुलर मोशन में कैसे होता है। Now suppose this is a circular motion. This is x-axis, this is O, and this is y-axis. Suppose it is a particle, यहाँ एक पार्टिकल है जो यहाँ से हम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, एंड आफ्टर टाइम t it will comes here. So it start at time t is equal to 0 along the x-axis. Here it is y-axis. ये x-axis है, ये y-axis है. At any given time it is here at b on the circle and the angle increases linearly. यहाँ से यहाँ एंगल जो है आपका ये इंक्रीज हो रहा है. If it continues to increase and increase, when it goes always round, ये पूरा घूम जाएगा, इट मीन्स ये 2 पाई सर्कल, पूरा सर्कल 0 से लेके 2 पाई सर्कल इसने फिल कर लिया है पूरा. सपोज ये एंगल क्या है, थीटा. तो जब थीटा इज इक्वल टू 2 पाई हो जाएगा तब हमारे पास ये क्या हो जाएगा, ये पूरा एंगल हो जाएगा. ठीक है. नाउ ये एंगल क्या है, इंक्रीज हो रहा है अकॉर्डिंग टू द थीटा. और हम सपोज करें तो जो एंगल इंक्रीज हो रहा है इसकी वैल्यू क्या है, थीटा इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा टी. हाउ लॉन्ग डज इट टेक फॉर इट टू गो फ्रॉम थीटा इक्वल टू 0 टू थीटा इक्वल टू 2 पाई. मतलब कितना टाइम लेगा. थीटा इज इक्वल टू यहाँ पे क्या है 0 से, यहाँ से सपोज मैं स्टार्ट करूँ 0 है और ये पूरा करने में क्या है 2 पाई है या 360 डिग्री है रेडियन में. तो हम इसे सॉल्व कर सकते हैं कैसे. थीटा हम क्या ले रहे हैं 2 पाई इज इक्वल टू क्या है ओमेगा टी है. सो 2 पाई बाई ओमेगा is the amount of time it takes to go along all the ways, and that is called the period of time. So it means 2 pi upon omega is equal to t, and it is called period of time. Then of course we could find what the omega is. अगर हमें पीरियड पता है, 2 पाई हमें पता है क्या होता है वैल्यू, तो हम पीरियड निकाल सकते, ओमेगा निकाल सकते हैं. तो सपोज 1/10 ऑफ अ सेकेंड पे है, तो 1/10 हम यहाँ पे रख के इजीली इसकी वैल्यू निकाल सकते हैं. Now let's find what are the x and y components of the position of the particle. This is the particle is here, it is the position vector r. Now we are interested in finding the x and y components. Here theta is here, so it will become r cos theta and it will become r sin theta, or we can say this is r sin theta. Let's think about unit circle, which means radius equal to 1. It means r is equal to 1. Then what is the x component of the position? It will be, x component will be cos theta and y component will be sin theta. Now we know the components of positions as a function of time x of t, or we can say x is a function of t. So it means we know the value of theta, it is equal to omega t. So it means xt is equal to cos omega t, and y, which is a function of t, is equal to sin omega t. Now we can calculate velocity and acceleration also. How? If we are interested in finding the x component of velocity, then it will be equal to vx is equal to x dot, which is a function of t, and it is equal to minus omega sin omega t. Hope everybody knows that differentiation of cosine and sine. The differentiation of cosine is sine and the differentiation of sine is cosine, while here will be the minus sign. Here one interesting question, what's the angle between the position and velocity? Here it is the position and here it is the particle. It means it will be moving like this, so this will be the its direction. We know it will be its direction, but we are interested in finding it mathematically also. It's pretty obvious that it is 90 degree, as velocity is going to be moving along this. Here, if it is here, velocity will be there, it here, and the velocity will be there. So always be the perpendicular. But how can we check it? We can check it by finding the dot product of r vector and v vector, and it is r vector dot v vector is equal to xt vx plus yt vy. Here we have find vx, and what will be the value of vy? Vy will be equal to y dot t, and y is equal to sin omega t. So if we will find it, it will come out to be omega sine ka differentiation of sine is cos omega t. Now we are interested in r dot v, so that because we want to know what is the angle between the r is the position and v is the velocity. So how can you find? We know the value of xt is equal to cos omega t. We can write cos omega t here, into xt vx. What is the value of vx? Minus omega sin omega t. So minus will be here, omega sin omega t plus of yt. What is the value of yt? Sin omega t, and vy. What is the value of vy? It is omega cos omega t. So it means it is omega sine omega t cos omega t, and it is omega sine omega t cos omega t. It is minus, here it is plus. So it will be cancelled out and the answer will be 0. What does it tell? That if the dot product of two vectors is 0, it tells us that they are perpendicular to each other. And it's a calculation to prove that velocity and position are perpendicular to each other. Now we will find the acceleration. It is pretty obvious that ax, I have already told you that the value of ax means acceleration. If it is in the x direction, it will equal to vx dot. And what is the value of vx? We have just calculated the value of vx is equal to omega sine omega t. Cos omega t is the xt. So if you will differentiate it, it will be minus omega sine omega t. So if you will calculate the ax, which is ax dot, it will be equal to minus omega square cos omega t. So vx dot is equal to minus omega and omega cos omega t, and answer will come out to be omega square cos omega t. Similarly, we can find ay, and the ay will be equal to vy dot is equal to minus omega square sine omega t. Now let's compare acceleration with the position itself. What is position? Vector xt is equal to cos omega t, and here ax comes out to be minus omega square cos omega t. Yt, what is yt? Yt is a component in the y direction of position. It is sine omega t, and ay comes out to be minus omega square sine omega t. So it shows that the x component of position is cosine term and the x component of acceleration is also a cosine term. Only what is the difference? That here negative sign is there and it is multiplied by this factor omega square. The same with the y components of position and acceleration. Sine omega t is here, sine omega t is here, only minus omega square. Omega square is important here because it tells us how fast, suppose it is the circle. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is x and y components, and this is theta. It is x component, is y component. So omega square tells us how fast the velocity, suppose the particle is there, how fast it will move. What apart from the omega square is the fact that acceleration lies in the same direction as position itself, but in the opposite direction, because this cos omega t is same, and this is, suppose we have drawing cos omega t here, then and sin omega t here, these are the components. It means acceleration अगर यहाँ होगा तो इस direction में होगा, और अगर हम इसका लेंगे y direction में तो अगर हम position का लें, simple r का लें without any components, if the position is in this direction, it tells us that the acceleration will be in this direction. This will be the direction of acceleration. The position r is pointing outward, the acceleration a is pointing inward towards the origin. And we all know that the acceleration of a particle moving in a circle is towards the origin is called centrifugal acceleration. But here the mathematics to prove that the velocity is perpendicular to the position of the particle and acceleration is parallel but in opposite direction. Now what about the magnitude? यहाँ से हमने क्या क्या फाइंड कर लिया, डायरेक्शन फाइंड कर ली, ax और कि x और ax के होंगे पैरेलल होंगे बट इन द अपोजिट डायरेक्शन. नाउ वी आर इंटरेस्टेड इन फाइंडिंग द मैग्नीट्यूड एंड मैग्नीट्यूड वी नो that magnitude of the position is equal to 1. Why? Because we take the unit circle. तो unit circle है तो magnitude position का तो क्या होगा 1 होगा. So position xt हमारे पास है cos omega t and its का magnitude क्या है 1. Now what is the magnitude of velocity? Vx is equal to minus omega sin omega t. So it means omega and Vy is equal to omega cos omega t. So how can you find the magnitude? V is equal to हमें पता है we have already discussed how can we find the magnitude, Vx square plus Vy square. हम इस तरह से magnitude निकाल सकते हैं. तो what is the Vx square? Minus omega sin omega t whole square plus omega cos omega t whole square. Omega square sin square omega t plus omega square cos square omega t. It means it comes out to be only omega. So V is equal to omega. So what is the magnitude of V? It is omega. Now similarly we can find the magnitude of acceleration. How? We know the value of acceleration. Ax is equal to minus omega square cos omega t and Ay is equal to minus omega square sin omega t, and acceleration is equal to magnitude of acceleration is equal to ax square plus ay square, or we can say minus omega square cos omega t whole square plus minus omega square sin omega t whole square. So it comes out to be omega to the power 4 cos square omega t plus sin square omega t will again the 1 under root of this and it comes out to be omega square. So the large value of omega means the velocity is big also. But acceleration is more big than velocity because it is proportional to the omega square. But the direction of A is opposite to the direction of the position of the particle. अगर ये r की है तो ये क्या होगी acceleration. अगर आपकी position circular motion में इस डायरेक्शन में है तो एक्सेलरेशन हमेशा सेंटर की तरफ होगा एंड दैट्स कॉल्ड सेंट्रीफ्यूगल एक्सेलरेशन. दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे. वी स्टडीड टुडे अबाउट वेक्टर्स, एक्सेलरेशन, वेलोसिटी, मोशन ऑन अ लाइन, सर्कुलर मोशन, etc. In the next lecture, we will discuss what are the initial conditions of a particle and what are the laws of motion. What are the things that tells us how the particle moves from one instant of time to the next. But before leaving, if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel and don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you so much.